ready.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hello, once again. Can you believe it? Show number 122.
Wow.
Of the Take a Listing Today podcast. I'm Jim, and there's Todd.
And over here in her luxury suite, our producer, Lisa Gray, in the house.
I'm Lisa.
That suite gets looking better every week.
Look at that. She has shelving. She has a chair now. She didn't have a chair for the first year or so.
I know.
It's
a rental.
You've got paper towels,
Very expensive.
just in
Paper
case.
towels.
Yeah, the paper towel is a new upgrade. That's some kind of upgrade.
She's
You
been
need an upgrade for that?
rental upgrade.
Coffee mugs, in case
Right.
you're thirsty. Wow, you got everything over there. So, welcome to our show today. Today's a great day to join us because our topic is what agents nationwide are saying is the most important marketing right now.
So if you listening can duplicate some of this, if it's within your wheelhouse, steal what they're doing because what they're doing is working.
It is. And there's nothing more important to ProspectsPLUS, who's our show sponsor and our company, than helping real estate agents succeed. They continually work to discover new ways to make agents' work life easier and their marketing more effective, which is why they conduct these ongoing surveys to find out what aspects of real estate marketing are the most important to agents across the country. So on today's show, we're going to go over the results of the nationwide survey, revealing how agents across the country weigh in on all aspects of real estate marketing and what's most important right now. The results may surprise you.
You know what I like about these surveys is they do them all the time. So I've seen this survey 6 months ago, the results from it. I've seen it a year ago. At the beginning of COVID, I saw the results on it. And it's a living, breathing organism. I mean, it just keeps changing based on what's going on in the climate.
And we did those results on one of these shows, right?
Yeah, we did a year ago.
So go look it up a year from now.
Yeah, a year ago.
A year ago on this show.
And watch
we
all
gave
the
you
other
results.
episodes so you get caught up to this one.
Right. And then listen to this one.
They aren't long shows, so it won't take too long.
These results are actually from June 1st. So that's how current
That's
this
how fresh.
is. Yeah. So this is where we're on the air, and what is it? I don't know when this is being published.
So share with them this pie
June,
chart.
July.
June.
All right. So
it's
what are we doing? Just reading the question and then we'll go over the answers.
Talk about the answer because some of these answers are very interesting.
We have some good stuff to elaborate on here.
All right. So survey question number 1. Do you plan on achieving your income goals this year? Seems like a pretty good...
Now that's
ought to be a
interesting,
yes, right?
Goal setting, right? Interesting. I probably shouldn't even share this. It's embarrassing. First time. Well, you know how.
Oh, please do. Oh, please do.
You know when you get into real estate or when you're a kid going through college, you learn about goals at some point. So it was between college and real estate. I go to a goal setting seminar, Bakersfield, California, and I'm excited. I'm 19, 20, 21. So I come home, I tell my stepfather and mother, and they're like, son, how was it? I said, oh, I just went to a goal setting seminar. It was incredible. They said, what'd you learn? I said, I have 104 goals. I'm going to do every one of them. They said, what are they? I'm going to meet the president of the United States. I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. I'm going to meet the woman of my dream. I went on and on. They said, son, what about get a job? I said, so I made it 105.
Oh.
All right.
That's pretty decent there.
So this I thought was interesting, the results of this first one. Do you plan on achieving your income goals this year? Because this has been a prolific year for many agents. You would think maybe even most agents. A big revenue jump for many agents. So I would think if I were to guess on this answer, I would think, they're probably a resounding, oh, absolutely, I'm going to meet and exceed. But that's not what this survey told us.
No.
So
I will surpass my goals 15.9%.
Yeah.
I will meet my goal 24.5%.
And if we look at it like we talked, the old 80-20 rule, what does that mean, right? It means that 80% of salespeople in the country do 20% of the business. If you put all salespeople in a category. Yeah. But real estate, NAR says that number is now 93.7. So what does that tell us? It says, hey, you really don't have any competition as long as you're doing these things. Right. It says that 7% of agents nationwide do 93% of the business. They have every office MLS ID number, agent MLS. So that's an interesting stat that should excite you as the realtor.
Well, and you're right. It is psychology right now because we have 6 months left in the year. To say you're not going to meet your goals with 6 months left in the year is a mindset, right? That's a mindset. But 37, almost 38% said no. I need a miracle. I'm not going to meet my goals. In this market with what's going on, maybe they're feeling beat up by not being able to get these listings. Right. Wow. Yeah, I don't like that.
Maybe these guys watched our show last week on how not to take a listing. Right, that's why they're having an issue now.
They fell into the wrong category.
Right. All right. So survey question number 2. Where do you focus most of your marketing and lead generation efforts? And it looks like number 1, by 25% of the respondents, is SOI list.
Yeah,
sphere of influence.
This is great. This is a shift that I'm seeing just with the Sphere scheduled campaigns. Right. I'm seeing more agents than ever doing these 12-month, 24-month, monthly campaigns that they're getting out to their Sphere. It's more, I mean, it's just great. I love to see this. More holiday scheduled campaigns are happening that are 12-month, 24-month. This focus, this is a great result here. Right.
And that's very predictable. And whether you're a brand new agent or 2 or 3 or 5 years in, so start building that. So this becomes you at some point.
Right. Right. I mean, I honestly feel a couple of years ago, I'd love to go back and look at last summer. I don't think it was this strong. And this has always been our frustration that you can send out a postcard and get that one listing now. You know, maybe you'll get the result, maybe you won't. Or you can send something, and let's say that's to people that don't even know you, right? You're just going after a niche. They're not aware of who you are yet. How are they going to get to know you in one postcard? Or you can send continuous postcards and get in front of the people who know, like, and trust you, which is your Sphere, and start building something over time.
Right. And we're going to get into that later. And we know that the top people, 66% of their business will come from that if they're working that correctly.
Yeah. So that's a great answer. What were some of the other things we had here? Let's see.
Yes, the other things we have here. Am I the only one who can see without glasses?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You're the man.
Social media was a close second at 24.6. Direct mail marketing, what a great idea. Third place at 16.2%. But I think that SOI at the 25%, that would be direct mail as well.
Yeah, they're doing that as well.
Right.
Sure.
Social media, I think maybe they counted playing on Facebook and things like, maybe they misunderstood the question there. Right. And last place, cold calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Scary.
That's not fun.
Go listen to last week's show.
Correct.
Fear, overcome fear.
If you can overcome the beginning of that show, we'll get to the fear part at the end of the show. Right.
If you can make it through the first 90 seconds, you're good.
Right. All right, let's move on to survey question number 3. How many contacts in your SOI do you communicate with on a monthly basis or more? Number 1 answer, 0 to 50. Now, it would be kind of interesting, Lisa, if 0 were its own category, because, you know.
That would make me sad if I saw somebody.
Well, it might, but this is kind of a 0 is really bad.
Right,
I mean, 50 isn't great, but it's not as bad as 0.
Right. I would like to see that broken down one more time and find out who's at the 50 and who's at the 0. And 50, you know, is okay, but we're not just talking about Uncle Frank and, you know, and your niece and your grandpa or whatever. We're also talking about, in addition to family and extended family, friends, acquaintances over your lifetime that you have accumulated, doctors, dentists, teachers to your for your kids. I mean, not only all of that should really be at least 50 right there. But then what about your past clients? What about that hot lead that maybe you did you presented in front of, you didn't get that listing, but you got to know them really well. Why in the heck are they not in there? Right. You know, so this really, I know best practices is 150 people in that Sphere.
Right. And there's very few that have 150 according to the survey.
Yeah.
And I think the other challenge with people, here's what this screams out to me, is that, and we've seen it, right? We've been in thousands of real estate offices and been in the business for quite a while. I think a lot of people know this. Nobody would disagree that, you know what, I need to make this a system with my Sphere. I think the challenge is they've done it once or twice in the past, spent a little bit of money, got scared and sat there paralyzed, and they have a half Sphere sitting there.
Right. And then you've got the lowest group here with more than 250 people in your sphere at 10.9%, I think they think Facebook friends counts there, which it doesn't. It's supposed to be just your sphere of influence.
But here again, guess what that shows me? If you're a real estate agent playing at the level we talk about every week, you do have no competition, right?
Well, what I think is interesting about, if we look at more than 250, it's 10%, right? Are saying they have more than 250 in their sphere. And then we go back to survey question 1 when we're asking who's going to surpass their goals. 15%. Isn't it interesting? Those numbers are very similar.
Right.
So I would just about bet this 10%
We're the
that
ones.
has over 250 are in that 15% that are surpassing their goals.
I would agree.
Because they built up a robust sphere that they are interacting with. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
And it gives them a confidence level because they have the machine in place. It's not an idea.
Right.
And so they have a confidence level knowing that, wow, these people mean a lot of money to me. I need to guard them, protect them, nurse them.
Yeah.
Let's see if this next question matches that percentage as well.
All right.
Survey question number 4 is, how much do you spend per month on marketing and promotion? At 68.9%, the big winner is between 0 and 500.
Yeah. That's another one that would be interesting to see some micro breakdowns. who's spending like 100 or less, who's spending, who's at the 500 mark. 500 is nothing to sneeze at, but I also find it very interesting that this breaks down even further, and we've got a benchmark of 1,000 to 3,000 a month that people are spending on their marketing, and that's at 11%.
And that's about the same percentage as the 250 or better sphere influence people.
Yeah, it's interesting. You don't just spend that amount of money every month unless you're getting a good ROI on that. That is not a fluke.
Exactly.
And you only have 1.3% spending more than $3,000 a month.
Well, there you go. What did you say? It was 7 and 93%?
Right. The old 80-20 rule is 93. Right. 7% of the agents doing 93% of the business.
I'd love to meet some of these 3,000, spending more than 3,000 a month in marketing.
God.
Once you
These
love
are
to be a
players.
fly on the wall and see what they're doing, because they know that money is paying them back tenfold, or they wouldn't be doing it. Yeah.
All right. Survey question number 5. Which niche markets have you targeted with the most success?
I love this here.
Now, this looks like the variety wheel over at the Golden Corral. The high where you go up and...
What is stop on yellow? Did I win a prize? Oh, shit. Spin again.
So our top 3, which are basically even, empty nesters, the move-up market, and 7+ year homeowners.
Okay.
And here's what I love about this. You can pick what you want to go after. I call it surgically prospecting. Do you want to go after the high-income renters? Do you want to go after the empty nesters? So these people are surgically prospecting. Like we talked about, the people that spend the most money with us start off with typically a carrier route, let's say market dominator, and then they're stacking their marketing underneath it, and that's why they are destroying the competition.
Well,
but they're also great at their game.
Well, and in a seller's market, I bet you a high majority of agents would say, oh, I'm not going after FSBOs. Are you kidding me? Because they are dead set that they don't need me right now.
Right.
But yet, we're seeing 9.6% are going after that niche right now. And clearly they're doing it because they're successful. Otherwise, they wouldn't have clicked that as where they're getting most of their success. So you're right. Every one of these markets, there are people that are saying, agents that are saying they're successful.
Yeah, and 8.8 going after expireds.
Yeah.
And you bring up a great point on the for sale by owners, right? When the market was crazy amazing, a lot of people think, oh, I don't need them. But guess what? History tells us that if a buyer is going to avoid 90-something% of the homes in the market with a realtor and just go to the FSBOs, they're going there for one reason, to save money.
Right.
So you both can't save money.
Right.
So it's very interesting, right?
Yeah, they're getting beat up.
Right.
Those FSBO sellers are getting beat up. And the good agents that go after that niche know that.
Right.
And they know how to bring that around and help them get more money for their home. But yeah, every one of these categories, including high-income consumers, renters, investors, absentee owners, they all have some percentage of agents that are saying, this is where I'm getting my success. So you're right. Grab a niche and surgically.
Something that you love, something that you can, right. You have to love it. And that just shows us that you can pick and choose what you want. We have a great selection. You could even put it on a 2-year campaign if you want. Boom.
Anything works as long as you put your mind to it and you enjoy doing it. Survey question number 6. What marketing challenges consume most of your time each month? The results here are sad.
We wish they were happy, but they're not.
You sound really depressed, Jim.
I am depressed.
Do you want a paper towel?
Can you get them some medicine, a tablet?
40.1% say deciding what to focus on is their biggest challenge. And I ask you, people of America, watching our show today, why do we have trouble figuring out what to send out when you have at your disposal the amazing Prospects Plus Master Marketing Calendar?
Look at
Why?
this.
Yeah. For free.
This gives you what to do every month, and it gives you a little one-page business plan so you could start your goals fresh today and not beat yourself up from the past. It gives you ideas what to do. So this 40% should be 0%.
It tells you what to do. A head of lettuce could do marketing if you look at this book.
And if you're in the 0 to 500 a month spend person, or whatever category you're in, spend from little to lot, there is activity you can do in here every week that really has little money or no money. I mean, picking up the phone to call your sphere, that doesn't cost any
Stopping by the businesses within your geographical area and introducing yourself as a local real estate specialist.
You cannot help but succeed if you follow this planner. And this planner, if you have an account with Prospects Plus, all you have to do is register. You will get it in the mail for free. You can go to our show notes if you don't want to wait to get it in the mail for free.
Better idea.
And download it right now. In the show notes, the real estate planner.
All of these can be debunked right now.
Yeah.
The next, number 2, creating new marketing materials. You don't have to create your marketing materials.
No.
I mean, we're a little prejudiced to prospectsplus.com, but it's all done for you. It's not like the site where you have to go up there and see a blank screen and you got to type words.
Correct. And think about if we combine these first 2 categories you just covered, if you're listening and watching right now, you really don't have any competition. Like if we look at that, that means they're paralyzed. What do I do? How do I do it?
Right. So you've got the planner. Now you know what to do. And as far as creating marketing materials, this planner is full of them. They're showing for niches, for geographic farm, for sphere, for past clients. This is a sampling of what's on the site. Thousands of templates.
And these are great for office meetings. It's great for your accountability partner. It's great to bring up and say, boom, our next office meeting, everyone grab this and we're going to figure out what is your niche? What is your niche? So it's not a maybe.
Right.
No, what about this? Not enough time in the day to even focus on marketing. You pull up a campaign and you set it and you forget it. It just goes out automatically.
Right.
So you don't spend any time. Lisa even did it. It's not that hard.
30.
If she can do it.
No offense.
We need to have a competition. I bet you I could do it faster than you. 37 seconds I set a campaign.
That is the reigning champion, yes.
So that last stat you just read out, to me that rings of an agent, and we know this from being in thousands of offices, that most are running around with a chicken like their head cut off, meaning, boom, I have to go put out a fire here. The appraisal didn't come in here. The great agents operate on a schedule. Oh, I handled that from 3 to 5. 9 to 12 is my prospecting time. Here's my appointment. Oh, you want an appointment this week? Great. Here are my openings. So great agents operate on a schedule, so that is not an issue.
Absolutely.
Right. And what are low-level tasks and what are high-level tasks?
Yes,
The low-level, get off my desk.
Done. Yep.
That question is just frustrating me. I'm moving on here to survey question number 7.
It's going to be okay.
All right. If you were guaranteed 3 extra closings a year from a 1-year automated SOI campaign, would you do it? Now, this is what they call a loaded question, Todd. Your choices are absolutely or I want to learn more.
This surprised me. Okay, for those that want to learn more, 3 extra closings. So just go back. What are your average closings? That should excite you. And guess what? You have to believe in you. So if you knew this was 1,000% true, if you knew that, would you do it? So the answer should be 100% yes. Wanting to learn more is still good. That's a lot of these people are probably in this category too. They just don't know the details, right?
Exactly.
Right. And if you're sending, I know Mike has talked about this before, the cost to send 150 postcards a month and has times that by 12. It's clearly under $2,000 a year to do that.
Yeah.
And 3 closings, what's the average commission on that? The average home is over $300,000 right now, the median home price
Commissions
in
are
this
going
country. Up. So you can imagine, let's just do the math. What's the average commission? Times that by 3, and you're just saying that that's not worth
$2,000.
That's risk-free. Risk-free because if it doesn't happen, you get your money back.
Well, and it's all tax write-off. All your marketing helps you tax-wise, so it's a beautiful thing. So there's nothing bad about it.
Yeah.
Should we go over all the particulars about this guarantee? That's
so this one, did we say what the result was? Is 59% said they were interested, that they would do it, right?
Yes. 59 said absolutely. 40% said I want to learn more.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if we said
0% said no. I don't think that was a choice. Maybe that's why.
Right.
So we have a small spiel here about the 3 extra closings guarantee from Prospects
This is
Plus.
for that 40% that needed more information.
Right. You 40% listen up here.
Yes.
So statistics show that 66% of business generated by top agents comes from family, friends, close acquaintances, and referrals generated by those first 3 groups. Consistently marketing to these groups is the key to the growth of your real estate business. A scheduled SOI campaign does this while freeing up your time for more important tasks like listing appointments and closings.
And as we talked about earlier, so even though you might have your SOI in your database, you've got to be strong on this, because what did we talk about? They're also in Susie Smith's database. They're in Sam's database. So you can't just sit there. You have to be better than them at your campaign, knowing that, hey, this person's in 4 or 5 other sphere of influence.
Absolutely. They are not hidden from the world.
Right.
Other entities are aware that they like to own a home and will possibly like to buy another one. So just because Aunt Bertha is your aunt, the fact that you're ignoring your Aunt Bertha and not reminding her you're a real estate agent.
Maybe her gifts aren't great.
Does not mean she's going to remember to use you. And I know so many agents have had this happen where an aunt or a relative, you find out they buy a house for someone else and they say, oh, I didn't know you did that anymore. I mean, that's like a knife to the chest when that happens. So yeah, don't assume Aunt Bertha is not in 5 other people's sphere where they are reaching out to her all the time.
And she might be in 20 other people's sphere.
Absolutely.
So guess what? You've got to think there's a superstar or 2 that is doing the right thing. So you've got to step up your game, and Jim's going to go over this. I mean,
you know, if you're not going to put Aunt Bertha in your SOI, at least call every now and then and say, hey, don't forget I sell real estate.
Yeah. And invite me over for the holidays again next year if you can. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, reminder, blood is thicker than water.
Right.
Here's some great details on the Prospects Plus 3 Extra Closings SOI Guarantee. When you launch a 1-year SOI scheduled campaign with a minimum of 150 postcards per month, and if after 1 year you haven't generated 3 extra closings and you've incorporated the free business-based system, Prospects Plus will refund the money you spent on your campaign. Got to get better than that.
Or put you in real estate jail until you get your 3.
I might tell you to go back and brush up on some real estate
well, and the great
techniques.
thing about the business base is it's just meant to support you. Again, this is another tool. It's a free tool.
Right.
You can download the business base. It's in the show notes. But Mike, the cowboy, the director of scheduled campaigns, will actually help you as well. So if there's a point where you feel like, all right, I'm sending these out, and I'm 4 months in, I haven't gotten a response yet, you can get on the phone with them, and he does training. He'll help you for free. The business base will only help support you achieving these 3 extra closings and make it much easier for you.
Correct. And why do we make this guarantee? We made this guarantee for over 20 years. And why do we make it? Because it works. Right. And you saw that from some of the graphs that we went over. Some of the
right.
Yeah.
And we're still in business.
Right.
So that's good.
Thriving.
Some cool things about scheduled campaigns. You don't pay until each mailing goes out.
So each month when it goes out, boom, you're going to get an email and you're going to know it goes out. And so it's very clean.
Well, and I know there are a couple other companies out there that have annual campaigns. You pay in advance. You pay for the whole year in advance. And if, let's say you're 3 months in and you think, I think I want to get out of this. You're in a bit of trouble getting that money back. So with this, you literally, when you schedule that in 37 seconds, that campaign, you pay nothing in that moment. Once the first card goes out 2 days later, then you're charged only for that month's cards. And then the next month when that card goes out. So you can make changes, you can cancel, you can add to your list at any time. It will be updated. So there is no penalty for stepping away if you need to.
Correct.
And you can keep going indefinitely if you're smart. And
the reason we do that is to make it easy for people. People go through stuff, they go through a tough time. So yeah, if you want to pause a campaign and then get back on track, we're here to support you. But we'd rather you keep that going. Like I talked to a young lady that says, oh, I want to do Market Dominator, but I want to start in 3 weeks. I'm going on vacation. Yes, but let's start now. So while you're on vacation, things are working for you.
Yeah, the home sellers aren't on vacation with
Correct.
you.
Yes.
They're actually in their houses still thinking about selling and looking for
So when you get back, let's stir up some stuff so you have some appointments.
Right.
Yeah.
And Lisa, being the astute producer that you are, I'm sure we will have show notes that will direct people to the business base,
absolutely.
the
It's
SOI, the guarantee, and all that.
All in the show notes.
Wonderful,
You bet,
wonderful.
You bet.
We have one last survey question for you today.
Ooh.
Do you know how many contacts you should have in your SOI based on your income goals? The answers are yes, no, or I would like to know. And the top answer is anybody?
I would like to know.
I would like to know.
Yeah.
So the majority of people out there do not know how many people should be in their SOI. And we have something on the ProspectsPLUS.com website
Yes, we
that
do.
tells you how many people.
Another free tool. This is what I love about our company, Prospects Plus, is the amount of free tools and the amount of support. We are with you. If you succeed, we succeed. So we are the wing, the wind beneath your wings. Right? Like
Well, we really are, and these tools are incredible. Like I love the one-page business plan. Think about how business plans used to be, right?
Oh, gosh.
And nobody read it. Every broker made you do it, and it was like 30 pages. And you're not going to go through that every day. We have the interactive one online,
One page, right.
so you can say, hey. First half of the year is done. I'm not going to beat myself up. We're starting here. Start fresh. Plug in the numbers now.
Right. That's also in the show notes. So this SOI calculator, a free online tool, in the show notes, you'll find the link to that. And you can go ahead and plug in your income goals for the year, and it will work backwards, reverse engineer, and give you that number of contacts in your SOI that you need and you need to be reaching out to hit those goals. I mean, how great is that? We make it so easy.
That's
do
magic.
the math for you.
And once you get that number, watch the last half of last week's show, and that will motivate you to go out and work
take
those
a listing today.
contacts.
Right.
And then get your
Don't watch the
planner.
whole show because then you'll be too motivated.
You'll be too motivated.
You'll have tax problems next year
You
and
won't be able to
stuff.
sleep.
Right.
For
Don't
days
watch the
on
beginning
end.
of the show because you might not make it to the end. So if you just fast forward to the
Cry.
about halfway
Have
through, then
Kleenex
you'll be
for the
good.
first part. You cry. And then
Correct.
you'll be
Yeah. It was amazing. It was probably one of our highest rated shows, though.
I think so.
And until this one hits the air.
Right. Then this one will surpass it, but just by that.
Right.
Last
I
week
mean-
was like, I don't know.
We're not greedy. We're not greedy.
All right. So we hope you've enjoyed hearing what agents nationwide have to say. Would anybody like to hear what somebody would say if we call them out of the blue
Ooh.
and say, hey, we know what you're mailing out, and we tell them that we have to ask them a question?
Empty property weighing on your mind? Oh.
Like those empty properties, especially if you own the empty property,
That's
and then that's a
costing you.
problem.
From
Huh?
the absentee owner series.
All right. So this is from... Oh, I thought that was his name, Frederick Sales, but that might be
Is it Frederick,
the company
Maryland?
name. Oh, it is in Frederick,
I
Maryland.
have glasses on
All
now.
right,
I can see.
good. Well, maybe you can understand this more than I can. Vernon is his name. Okay,
Okay.
his number, area code 301 644 1013.
Come on, Vernon. We got some stuff for you to win.
Now, Vernon's mailing that to Sarasota, so maybe he's got a list. I'm not exactly sure why he's doing that, to be
So
honest.
he's in Maryland, Long and Foster.
Maybe as a home boat place.
Vernon, this is Jim and Todd and Lisa. We're calling you live from the Take a Listing Today podcast, and we're calling you because you mailed out a, it looks like some kind of investor
No, absentee
postcard.
owner.
Absentee owner postcard with ProspectsPLUS.com.
I sure did. Are you looking to buy a house?
Well, maybe not today. I'm kind of busy. We're doing a show, but would you like to sell a house?
You're live on the air. Vernon, I wanted to say two things. You work for Long and Foster. I used to live in Maryland, did a lot of presentations for them. Great job there. We're looking at your postcard, and this was sent to Sarasota. So what was your contact? What was your list that you sent this to?
Yeah, I think it was the absentee. No, was it absentee?
Absentee owner. Yep, it is.
Absentee owner. I think, yeah, that's what it was.
What was your quantity? How many went out?
I think I sent out, might have been 200.
Oh, that's a good number. Okay.
Nice. Are you doing a campaign or just hitting them periodically?
I'm doing a campaign. I'm doing it for the whole year.
That's awesome.
Oh, sweet. Good man.
Campaign, and you set this up with standard class postage, so you can send out the larger postcard,
And
less
save
postage
money.
amount. So that's a great idea because it's not time sensitive. It's just a recurring campaign that
Right.
goes out.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. You know what? Let's give him a chance to win some money. He took our call, and
I think we should do that. Vernon, we've got a gift card here for $100 on ProspectsPLUS.com, plus some Take a Listing Today podcast T-shirts, mugs, a book, all kinds of stuff that we're trying to get
sound
rid
good.
of.
We're going to give you a very difficult non-real estate related question. Are you game?
Oh, go for it. I'm ready.
All right.
All right, we like your enthusiasm. Vernon, I'm going to read you a question and 3 possible answers. All you have to do is tell me the correct answer. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right,
Ready.
here we go. In South Dakota, where is it illegal to sleep?
Oh boy.
Is it in a cheese factory, on a subway, or in an airport?
In an airport.
That doesn't sound like a fair question, but you know what? I like how you answered it quickly. Let's
It's
see.
not fair. All right, show me airport.
Vernon, you would have loved. You would have loved the gift card. The
We're not
swag
in
would have been
cheese
amazing.
factory.
You would have loved the book.
It is Cheese Factory, Lisa. It is illegal to sleep in a cheese factory.
Okay.
I say we give him one more shot. That seemed kind of crazy.
Is South Dakota known for cheese? That's a Wisconsin thing, right?
Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin, and
That's where our producer's
that's where
from.
the good stuff comes.
She got out of there. She brought her
and they
family
let
here.
us sleep in their cheese factories all the time.
Yeah, why not? It's a good place to sleep.
Right.
If you woke up in the middle of the
some
night, you're a little
cheese.
hungry. Yeah, you.
All right, Vernon, here's your real question. Jim.
Let's try another one here, Vernon.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
All right. What is the name of Batman's butler? Is it Alfred, Bertram, or Calvin?
We should know this one.
Bertram.
I'm thinking.
Like using my lifeline.
Yeah, I like that though.
This is a different show. Sorry.
I think there's one answer that is better than the others. There's one.
Obviously.
There's one
One answer.
that's better than the others. The producer's saying she's helping you,
So
Vernon.
what is the number one? One was what? 1, 2, and 3. One was.
Alfred,
What was
Okay.
it? Yeah.
or Bertram, or Calvin?
I
What
think one of those answers.
What is your
better.
answer, Vernon? I think you got this. Come on.
Bertrand?
One of the answers.
One.
Lisa.
One.
Stop making fun of Vernon. Is it Bertrand?
Oh.
I was trying to hint you.
Number one.
I was trying to hint you to say Alfred, the number one.
It is Alfred,
Yeah,
of
I got
course. Yes, that was.
Okay.
I think that was before Vernon's time. The old
Now we're
Batman
down
TV
to you
show
winning.
there.
We're showing our age now.
But
Because
Vernon, not to worry. The $100 has now gone down to $15, and all the swag. You get one T-shirt now, so don't worry. We're
We're
still
gonna
playing.
send you a return T-shirt. So, but if you wash it first, you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
it's old. It's only been worn four times.
No, give him one more shot. One more shot.
Okay.
I want him to get this.
Vernon, here we go. We got you covered. Ready?
One more shot. Maybe you're into chemistry, Vernon.
geez.
Here we go. Your question. Your question is, what 2 elements are found in salt?
Oh, this is easy. Jeez.
Is it sodium and chlorine? Is it carbon and hydrogen?
Oh boy.
Or is it aluminum and fluorine?
Sodium and chloride.
Does he enjoy coming up with these?
Sodium and chloride. He answered it very quickly. Is that the correct answer?
Vernon!
Hey, goodness. Vernon, you did good in chemistry class in high school. Todd, what does Vernon win?
Vernon, you won a $100 gift card to almost anything on our website, ProspectsPLUS.com. Some swag, a T-shirt, 2 mugs, and a signed book from our podcast, Take a Listing Today. Great meeting you over the phone. Keep up the great work, and congratulations on your campaign.
And
Okay, thank you.
I will email you the gift card, Vernon.
All right, thank you much.
All right, thank you, Vernon. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
You were great.
All right.
We made it through it.
You were being rather obvious there with Alfred, but
I tried.
He didn't get
I
it.
was trying to be his lifeline because he said lifeline.
he did say lifeline. But that's all right.
That's illegal on the show, I
He
think.
pulled through in the end, and so hopefully he doesn't have high blood pressure because all that sodium that he knows about, right? So, anything else, Lisa?
No, I think that we've laid it all out. This was a great show.
All right.
Nice.
Certainly better than last week's show where it was depressing. And we went over everything that agents nationwide said about the important marketing right now. So tune in about 6 months. Do we do this every 6 months or every year?
Yeah, we did
Yep.
it. It's been a year, but we should do it every 6 months because it keeps changing. It's interesting.
It does. It's very fluid out there. Well, thank you for joining us today on the Take a Listening Today podcast, and we will see you again next week. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.